Have you ever looked in the mirror and wondered who you are really becoming? Have you ever felt that inside you lives two versions of yourself, one strong, daring, and unshakable, and another that hesitates, complains, and crumbles at the first sign of difficulty? Have you ever caught yourself making promises you never kept, dreaming dreams you never chased, whispering excuses instead of roaring into action? Deep down, you know there's a version of you that was never meant to survive, a weaker self, a version that flinches at fear, bows down to obstacles, and surrenders long before the true battle even begins. Ask yourself, who wins more often inside you, the warrior or the worrier? Life was never designed for the fragile spirit. It was designed to sharpen, to forge, to test those who dare to live boldly. Yet many walk through their days carrying the dead weight of the version they should have buried long ago. That weak version within you. It makes you settle. It makes you delay. It makes you shrink when you should be standing tall. Have you noticed how easily that weaker voice justifies failure? How quickly it seeks comfort when discomfort was the very fire meant to forge your greatness. There are two paths before you, one where you feed the weaker self until it grows strong enough to chain you forever, and one where you turn on it, rise against it, and destroy it with every action you take. Ask yourself, are you nourishing your downfall or fueling your rise? Because until you kill that weaker version of yourself, you will live half a life, half potential, half heart, half spirit. And the world has no place for half-built souls. This is the moment to confront the truth. This is the moment to face the parts of you that were never meant to survive the journey ahead. You must become the executioner of your own weakness. You must become the guardian of your own strength, because no one else will do it for you. No one else can walk into your mind, find that trembling, excuse-making, comfort-chasing version of you and kill it. Only you can. And you must. The question is, will you keep feeding the enemy within, or will you finally pick up the sword and finish the battle that has been raging inside you all along? There comes a time in every life where you must make a decision. Live as you are, or destroy what holds you back and rise as who you were meant to be. Number 1, recognize the weakness within. Before you can kill the weaker version of yourself, you must first acknowledge its presence. You need to name it, understand it, and be completely honest with yourself about it. Only then can you begin to destroy it. Ask yourself, what holds me back? What habits, fears, and excuses are keeping me small, stuck, and stagnant? Is it procrastination that keeps me from acting on my goals? Is it the deep-rooted fear of failure that makes me hesitate and shrink away from risks? Or perhaps it's the addiction to comfort, the constant seeking of ease that makes me choose the easy path when the hard one would build my strength. Weakness thrives on ignorance. It grows when you avoid seeing it for what it truly is. So take a moment and identify it. Write it down if necessary, put it in front of you and face it. Only when you name the enemy can you begin to conquer it. Too many of us ignore the source of our struggles, hoping they'll go away on their own. But they never do. The longer you deny your weaknesses, the stronger they grow. What you do not confront, you cannot fix. It's time to ask yourself, am I brave enough to face the truth, no matter how uncomfortable it might be? What parts of me have I been afraid to look at? The truth will set you free, but first it will make you uncomfortable. Am I ready to expose my weakness and take away its power? Number 2, starve the weakness. Weakness survives and grows only when you feed it. It survives on your attention, your energy, your focus. When you listen to that weak voice within, when you allow it to dictate your choices, it becomes stronger, more persuasive. It thrives on excuses. It thrives on fear. Every time you choose the safe path, the easy road, you feed it. Every time you procrastinate, telling yourself, "I'll do it later," you allow it to grow. When you give your attention to weakness, you hand over your power. That's why it's so important to start starving it. Every time you feel that voice urging you to give up, to slow down, or to play it safe, you must ignore it. Silence it. Don't let the fear of discomfort, rejection, or failure guide your decisions. Instead, choose strength. Choose action. Choose the hard path. Let that weak voice wither away because you no longer feed it with your decisions. Ask yourself, when was the last time I made a decision based on strength, not fear? When was the last time I ignored the voice telling me to avoid discomfort and instead leaned into the challenge? Starting today, make the decision to starve your weaknesses. Every time you hear that whisper to quit, drown it out with action. Every time it tries to pull you back into safety, push yourself forward. That weak voice is only as strong as the power you give it. The more you refuse to listen, the weaker it will become. Number 3, strengthen the warrior within. Killing the weak version of yourself isn't just about destruction, it's about construction. It's about shaping the person you're meant to be, the stronger self that has always been inside you, waiting for the moment when you rise to the challenge. Ask yourself, what would the strongest version of me do right now? If I were already the person I aspire to be, how would I respond to this moment? Every choice you make in the direction of discipline, courage, and perseverance feeds the stronger version of yourself. It's the small victories, the ones that no one sees, that build your true strength. You don't have to wait for the grand moments, the major life-changing events. Strength is forged in the quiet battles you fight every single day. When you choose discipline over delay, when you decide that today is the day you'll work harder than yesterday, you make a small but powerful deposit into your future self. The strongest version of you isn't built overnight, and it isn't built in one heroic act. It's built by showing up, by choosing the difficult path, and by never giving up, especially when no one is watching. Strength is born through repetition. Every time you choose to stay committed, to act in alignment with your vision, you feed your future self. Ask yourself, am I making choices today that my strongest self would be proud of? Am I willing to sacrifice short-term comfort for long-term strength? Your strongest self is already inside you. Now it's time to nurture it. Number 4, cut ties with your old self. There is no halfway in this war. There are no compromises. You cannot carry the weaker version of yourself into a greater life, because the old self will hold you back at every turn, like chains that keep you anchored to the past. It will sabotage every step you take toward growth. To move forward, you must leave the old self behind. Ask yourself, have I ever clung to a habit, mindset, or belief that I knew was holding me back? Have I held on to old ways of thinking, even though I knew they were stopping me from becoming the person I'm meant to be? The truth is, the old self will try to resist change. It will beg you to stay in the comfort of the known, to continue with the old habits and familiar patterns, even though they keep you stuck in the same place. But you must be ruthless. There's no peace treaty with the old version of yourself. You can't drag it along with you into the life you deserve. It's time to cut the ties. You may have to mourn the loss of certain habits or beliefs that have defined you for years, but understand this. The more you cling to your old self, the more you'll hold yourself back from the life you're meant to build. The time has come to let it die. Let go of the doubts, the fears, the mindsets that no longer serve you. Walk away and never look back. The person you were yesterday is not the person you need to be today. To rise, you must leave behind everything that holds you down. The old you will not survive in the future you are creating. It's time to bury it and embrace the warrior within. Number 5, step into the fire. Growth is fire, transformation is fire, and fire demands sacrifice. You've probably heard it said that what doesn't kill you makes you stronger. But let's take that deeper. What doesn't kill you, when you face it with courage, will forge a new strength in you. And that's the essence of growth. It requires fire. Have you ever asked yourself, what am I willing to endure to become unbreakable? What discomfort, what pain, what challenge am I ready to face so that I can leave behind the old, fragile version of myself? If you truly want to rise above your past, if you want to transcend who you once were, you must willingly step into the furnace of life's trials. The hardships, the failures, and the discipline that life demands of you are not here to break you. They are here to burn away everything that is not part of your true self. The fire is not your enemy. It is the crucible that will melt down your weaknesses and reshape you into something far stronger. Endure it, face it, conquer it. Every ounce of discomfort, every failure you survive adds to your strength. The fire will test you, but it will not destroy you. Instead, it will burn away the fear, the doubts, the hesitation, and in their place, you will rise. Watch as the ashes of your weakness give birth to a spirit too strong to ever bow again. You will emerge from the flames unbreakable. Number 6, never mourn the old you. When you shed the old version of yourself, it's tempting to look back with a sense of loss. Some people grieve the comfort, the familiarity of their former life. They miss the easy paths, the moments of weakness when they didn't have to fight so hard. But let me tell you this, do not mourn your lesser self. The version of you that you're leaving behind was never meant to survive the life you were destined for. It served its purpose as a lesson, as a reminder of where you've come from. But it was never meant to walk with you into the future. Ask yourself, am I moving forward or secretly longing for the ease of my old chains? Do I find myself nostalgic for the simplicity of avoiding challenges? Or do I truly want to grow into something stronger, something unrecognizable from who I used to be? You must honor the old version of yourself, but only for the lessons it gave you. Do not look back with regret. Celebrate the death of that part of you, for it marks the beginning of something greater. Every time you feel a pang of sadness for the comfort you've left behind, remind yourself that it was never meant for the journey ahead. You can't carry your old self into your future. To embrace the greatness ahead, you must leave behind the weaknesses that once held you back. Celebrate the death of the old you, because it clears the space for the new, the strong, the unbreakable you to emerge. There is no room for the old self in the greatness you are building. Honor its passing, but never long for its return. Killing the weaker version of yourself is not a one-time act. It's a way of living. It's a daily decision. Every morning you rise, you must choose. Will I serve the part of me that fears, or the part that fights? The world does not reward the faint-hearted. It rewards the relentless. Ask yourself, which legacy do you want to leave behind? The story of someone who surrendered, or someone who overcame everything to become unstoppable? You were not born to be a shadow of your potential. You were born to be a force, a fire, a mountain that does not move when the winds howl. So rise, kill the weak self, and never look back. Because greatness does not pity weakness. It demands its sacrifice.